Hello Army! Welcome back to Taekook Update channel. Something extraordinary may have just happened before Taehyung's next destination. It wasn't the private jet that caught everyone's attention, and it wasn't simply another luxury brand appearance. Instead, it was one emotional moment on the airport runway that has fans across the world asking the same question: why did this farewell feel so personal? As Taehyung prepared to leave Paris for Belgium ahead of BTS's highly anticipated concert, cameras captured a warm goodbye that immediately ignited countless discussions online. Was this just a professional send-off between a global ambassador and a luxury fashion house? Or was there something much deeper behind the moment? Today, we'll take a closer look at everything surrounding Taehyung's departure, why this farewell is making headlines, and the details that fans simply can't stop talking about. Stay with us because the final moments before his flight might surprise you. As the aircraft stood quietly on the runway under the fading Paris sky, the atmosphere surrounding Taehyung's departure felt noticeably different from an ordinary travel schedule. There were no grand public ceremonies, no extravagant media events, and no official announcement describing the moment as anything beyond another international trip. Yet, within minutes, the images began spreading across social media, drawing millions of eyes toward details that many people believe carried far more emotion than words ever could. The focus quickly shifted away from the luxurious private aircraft itself. Instead, countless fans became captivated by the farewell that unfolded beside the plane. Every photograph seemed to freeze a moment that looked calm, sincere, and unusually warm, prompting many online discussions about the close professional relationship that Taehyung has built over the years with the Celine team. For longtime followers, this was more than another airport appearance. Since becoming one of the most recognizable faces representing the French fashion house, Taehyung has consistently been welcomed with remarkable respect wherever Celine events have taken him. His presence has often attracted enormous crowds, international headlines, and global media attention, making every appearance an important occasion not only for fans but also for the luxury brand itself. That is precisely why this latest departure has generated such widespread curiosity. Instead of focusing solely on fashion or celebrity status, many viewers found themselves paying attention to the small gestures surrounding the farewell. The relaxed smiles, the respectful body language, and the calm atmosphere created an image that many described as unusually heartfelt. While viewers may interpret these moments differently, the photographs have fueled conversations about the strong mutual respect that appears to exist between Taehyung and the people who have worked closely with him throughout his partnership with the brand. The timing also made the departure even more significant. According to the narrative surrounding the trip, Taehyung was preparing to leave Paris and continue his journey to Belgium, where excitement has continued to build ahead of BTS's upcoming concert activities. With anticipation already reaching extraordinary levels among fans across Europe, every movement connected to the group has become major news, making even an airport departure a headline watched by millions around the world. As the aircraft prepared for takeoff, speculation continued to grow online. Fans began wondering how much preparation had taken place behind the scenes before this journey. Some questioned whether the carefully organized departure reflected the importance of the schedule ahead, while others simply admired the professionalism surrounding every detail of Taehyung's international travel. Meanwhile, social media platforms were flooded with emotional reactions. Many fans commented that moments like these reveal why Taehyung continues to receive admiration not only for his performances but also for the relationships he builds with people throughout his career. Others pointed out that genuine respect often becomes visible not during glamorous fashion shows or red carpet appearances, but in quiet moments that are never intended to become global headlines. Ironically, those quiet moments often become the most unforgettable. As Paris slowly disappeared behind the aircraft, attention naturally shifted toward what awaited on the other side of the journey. Belgium was no longer simply another destination on the map. It had suddenly become the center of enormous anticipation, with fans eager to witness the next chapter of Taehyung's schedule and the possibility of seeing BTS together once again on a highly anticipated stage. But perhaps the biggest question had yet to be answered. Was this emotional farewell merely the closing scene of an unforgettable Paris visit? Or was it the beginning of an even bigger story that would unfold the moment Taehyung arrived in Belgium? The answer, according to many fans, may become clear much sooner than anyone expected. As the private aircraft climbed above the Paris skyline, another story was quietly beginning to unfold hundreds of kilometers away. Belgium was already preparing for one of the most anticipated arrivals in recent days, and excitement continued to spread across fan communities long before Taehyung's plane was expected to land. Every update, every airport rumor, and every new photograph became part of a much larger conversation that extended far beyond fashion or travel. For many observers, this journey represented more than a simple transfer between two European countries. It symbolized the transition from an elegant chapter in Paris to a completely different atmosphere filled with music, rehearsals, and the enormous expectations surrounding BTS's upcoming concert. The contrast could hardly have been greater. Only hours earlier, attention had centered on luxury fashion and a heartfelt farewell. Now, the spotlight was rapidly shifting toward one of the biggest musical events fans had been eagerly waiting for. Industry insiders have long noted that schedules involving global artists are rarely simple. Every flight, security arrangement, transportation route, and arrival window is carefully coordinated to ensure both efficiency and privacy. That level of planning naturally fueled even more speculation among fans, many of whom wondered whether Taehyung would immediately head into rehearsals after landing or whether additional preparations had already been completed before leaving Paris. What made the situation even more fascinating was the speed at which online conversations evolved. Initially, millions were discussing the emotional farewell at the airport. Only a short time later, the discussion had transformed into predictions about Belgium. Fan communities began analyzing travel timelines, possible arrival locations, and how soon Taehyung might reunite with the rest of the BTS members before the concert. Although no official details confirmed every step of the schedule, the anticipation itself continued to grow with every passing hour. Meanwhile, many international media outlets and fan accounts highlighted another remarkable detail. Despite maintaining one of the busiest schedules in the entertainment industry, Taehyung consistently appeared calm throughout the journey. His composed expression and confident demeanor left many people impressed, especially considering the enormous expectations waiting for him at his next destination. That quiet confidence has become one of the defining characteristics fans often associate with him. Rather than creating unnecessary attention, Taehyung has frequently allowed his actions to speak louder than words. Whether attending international fashion events, traveling across continents, or preparing for major performances, his public appearances often project a sense of professionalism that continues to strengthen his global reputation. Still, one important question remained unanswered. How would Belgium welcome him? If Paris had offered elegance, prestige, and an emotional farewell, many fans believed Belgium might deliver something entirely different. Social media was already filled with countdown posts, airport discussions, and messages from fans hoping to catch even the briefest glimpse of his arrival. The anticipation surrounding his next appearance was becoming almost impossible to ignore. Some observers even suggested that the emotional departure from Paris could make the arrival in Belgium feel even more significant. Ending one memorable chapter with warmth often makes the beginning of the next chapter feel even more meaningful. Whether intentional or not, the sequence of events created a powerful narrative that captivated millions following every update in real time. Yet, perhaps the most exciting moment had not happened at the airport in Paris, nor would it necessarily happen during the flight itself. According to growing speculation among fans, the real headline could be waiting the moment Taehyung finally steps onto Belgian soil, where every camera, every supporter, and every unexpected moment may reveal the next unforgettable chapter in this remarkable European journey.